this computer. Right? Okay, now as I was saying, give me a rundown on what you think you can bring to the table to help us accomplish our goal with Easy Lease to reach 250 active leases by year's end.
By year's end, absolutely. First, want to say thank you for the interview. When I spoke with you earlier, I understood your program model. I understood the platform, right? I understood how you took the pain points that a lot of people experience in the logistics industry, just as becoming owner operators, and having that independence, right? And I see how you're able to add value by simply no credit check. You know, you took out the pain points, a lot of those different things. A lot of my background, I mean, traditionally I have a healthcare background, right? But as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, once I left corporate America, I ventured out first as basically like a sale agent pushing credit to our community, right? Financial literacy. And so I was able to do that, you know, on my own. Nobody was holding my hand. Of course, I had someone that was upward like you know, that could teach me what that process might look like, right? And so, when I was in that area, I was able to go out to the field. I went to the community colleges. I went everywhere spreading this financial literacy model, right? It was in the network marketing field. So if you're familiar with that. So it was a sales, you know, field or whatever. And I did really well in that industry. I was able to grow my organization up to bringing in 10K monthly, right? Me and just one other business partner. And that was hard work. Eventually, it was just,
Was it MWR Financial?
It was Financial Education Services, FES.
Okay, similar to something that I was involved in called MWR Financial, which is Making Wealth Real. It was also a financial literacy, educational type of network marketing, multi-level marketing type of setup.
Multi-level marketing, right? And we leave those things for different reasons. We might want more of like just the independent platform. And so that was like my scope into like my step into entrepreneurship when I left corporate America. And I did very well with that. But more or less, it was my passion that was behind it, right? Outside of, you know, the money thing or how much we get paid or whatever that might be. And I have a lot of people that still actually call me about that program. So my name is lasting about that. I went into the, you know, the hot new thing, just to fast forward, which was logistics, right? I don't have a truck, you know, I admire to, you know, to get a truck, the pandemic happened, whatever, have my money down on a truck. It just took a long time, right? And things that was happening during the pandemic. But nonetheless, I got into dispatching. I learned my dispatching through like Kiera Henderson, you might have heard of her through the industry, like the trucking guru. I've, you know, been able to rub elbows with a lot of those people in that industry, right? And so I became very knowledgeable about dispatching and logistics. That takes a lot of groundwork. You know, you got to go in and find your own people to do that. And a semi power only was my lane, right? But I could run that power only. You know, I knew how to do load outs. I knew how to run it like a dry van. So my owner operator could bring in the money. As I spoke with you earlier, I mean, you know, she was bringing in good money, you know, 16,000, you know, and not just, you know, off no Amazon relay board, you know, she was bringing in good money, $16,000, $18,000 a week. My niche was driver retention, right? So much so to where she was more of an investor. She didn't drive the trucks, but the trucks were hers, right? So much so to where she was like, you know, you catering to my drivers too much. And I was like, that would be one of the best things that you would want me to do, is to cater to your drivers. And she had one that was a female, she had one that was a male, you know, and I understood the importance of them coming home. You know, I understood just how to work that avenue, right? Even though if she was paying them, she had to cut back and start paying them per mile, right? And I said, well, you know, I have to have your driver niche. I said, because what about like how you were talking about short runs? There might have been 30-minute runs. I said, you know, what do I look like waking your driver up out of the bed for a 30-minute run and they getting paid 50 cents a mile and it's a live unload, you know, and they're going to wait 2 hours to unload? I said, that benefits you. But because I've taken care of them in a way, I've been able to route them home or listen to their needs enough that they would get up and do it for me. You get what I'm saying? And then she just had another truck driver. You know, as truck drivers, they make so much money, then they take off and then they would just want to run. He didn't want to reset and things like that. And so eventually we parted ways, which we're still friends, but we parted ways just because, I basically told her, I said, the driver that you have now, he's going to run your company in the ground. You know what I'm saying? And I said, if he gets out there and he gets in accidents on the road, that's fine. Your authority is going to get fined to where you probably won't be able to come up out the dirt. I said, but Dot's going to say who dispatched that load, who ran them past his hours, and so eventually it just didn't work with my business model. I was very successful in dispatching. And what I learned about myself is that I even had got her good contracts, contracts with JB Hunt. I was able to get her a lot of carriers. She came to me, not in desperation, but looking for more. She could dispatch only off Amazon, and that's what she was used to dispatching her drivers off of, right? Okay. By the time that she left me, she had connections with JB Hunt, Uber, CH Robinson. She left, even with her business credit, she was paying prepaid fuel. And I'm just like, why are you paying prepaid? You prepaid the fuel cards or whatever. With Loves is who she had her account with. But because I was doing business credit for some people, I had connections straight to a BP rep that could, get her something that could give her, a line of credit, 20,000 at least with maintenance included. So what I'm saying is to say, I come with something when you bring me on, it's just not like a naked person in the wilderness. I do have a working knowledge of this. I did business credit for a while because, it was the new in thing for us, a lot of people were doing it, and I was probably charging $500 just to get them a 85 paydex score, which really, and they could break it down into a payment plan, which really wasn't a lot of money, right? Yeah. But I moved away from that because they were taking so long to kind of do, it was ideal if it's like, okay, I can get you there in 90 days, but you also needed the client to kind of be on top of what they were doing and move in a timely fashion, Yeah. And it was very clear that if you come onto my platform, that you're going to at least have to be sure about what you're doing, have at least $800 or $1,000 to put into your business. So you have to be a serious person, Yeah. In order to invest into this paydex score, right? My last business client, I still work with him. I was just able to get him with a line of credit, still through the BP rep, but they serviced a lot of different, whoever. And, he's still successful. His personal credit isn't up to par. I don't do personal credit anymore. I outsourced him, but he still works with me, right? I hold people's hand until the end. So I'm committed with that. Okay. And, so I have a working knowledge of business credit, personal credit, financial literacy, and even the funding that they might need in order to get started. I was just looking at a funding resource. That's how Stacia Renford had recommended me to you. And I was looking at a funding resource that is a non-traditional funding resource. It's a personal signature loan, but what they do is capital loan stacking, to say the least. And so I was targeting people off of the FMSCA list. Like, hey, and they can get them up to 3 times the amount that a traditional bank would. Yeah. But they have to have a good credit score, good credit profile, let me say that, not just the score for the last 6 months. And we still were kind of falling short with that. Even though like the truckers were making the money every month, they had more than 6 hard inquiries on their credit, so new lines of credit that they had opened up within the last 6 months. And most financial institutions want you to have a clean credit profile for at least 6 months. And so the thing that had kind of turned me on when she was trying to tell me about your platform, and then as you told me more, it was like, okay, so you don't do a credit check, right? In my mind, I'm like, okay, this is another solution for the trucking industry, the logistics industry, because a lot of them like to throw their money around, so to speak. Let me say that. And so for me, when I was looking in the funding resource, they were falling short because it was like, well, I got 20K to secure the loan. You get what I'm trying to say? They were trying to throw their money at me. I was like, well, this isn't a hard money loan. Exactly. And money just does not cut it over here because we're the one trying to give you money. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you can't, it doesn't, you can't floss with us in that way. But your platform just have really spoke to me because I was like, okay, I have a couple people that could really benefit from this that are 1099 employees, that are stuck with these, that feel like they're stuck with these companies. And these companies know what they're doing. They're not W-2 employees, right? And we could have funded those businesses, but as a 1099, you're looked upon as a business, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the requirements are the cash flow. They want 2 years of tax returns. They want that 45016 that they're gonna send straight to the IRS. They've had to made at least 50,000 and not written off, at least 30,000 of that. And just some of them don't have it. They just don't have the financial literacy. They've even written off all their incomes because they tried to get away from the tax part benefit. Yep. And now they're stuck with these companies, but they want to be independent, right? And so that's why I was like, okay, this Easy Lease program is a win-win situation for those that are advantageous and want to be their own owner-operators,
Exactly.
From that standpoint. And from that's why I asked you, I said, well, how are you getting the fleets? And so when you said, okay, we're also looking to grow and get more inventory, right? And I was like, okay, well, that's amazing too, because that still allows me, it's not dispatching, but I know how to go out and I can get clients, right? I know how to pitch a program. I know what you're looking for. And it still allows me to stay in the logistic lane, which I'm passionate about because I've put money, I put time, I put resources, I've gained knowledge. But my company is called Purpose by.
Your mic went out.
I should have on do not disturb or something like that. But my goal is that I want to make money efficiently, right? I want to make money faster, right? I don't want to be like with the business credit. I don't necessarily want to be tied down to somebody 8 months for $500. I'm just saying, right?
Yeah.
Personal credit, I'm past that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know what you need. I know what you need. And logistics, the dispatching, I said, I felt like I was ball and chain. You know what I'm saying? Dispatching, sometimes from 4 a.m. to 12 at midnight, right? And that just wasn't as efficient for me as I wanted it to be, right? Okay. And so that's why I stepped away from it. Yeah. And the Turo aspect, I'm a Turo host. I have a card that is on Turo, so I understand that platform already. So I feel like I would be a good fit, in order to represent the Easy Lease program. I'm not nervous to go out and be in the field, and go to these driving schools and, talk about these different things.
All right. Well, a lot of the stuff you said resonated with what we're trying to accomplish and what I'm looking for in someone who is going to make that happen. Some of the things that stand out for me is the fact that you understand entrepreneurship, because this is not a position where I'm going to be able to just sit there and overlook everybody and kind of, handhold everybody through, making phone calls, through, visiting the schools and things like that. We have our Easy Lease agent training every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. via Zoom, the same Zoom link. So we have our agent training. And what I normally do with the agent training is the opportunity is out there, okay? And with the 3 commission structure, there's an opportunity to make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And it's not just one type of commission. Of course, you got the upfront commission on the down payments and the acquisition fee. Then you got the residual commission, which is on the Easy Lease weekly lease payments. And then, of course, you got on the larger side, you have the business consulting, and which is something you're already familiar with. And this would allow you to flex those muscles that you already have kind of worked on and strengthen in that area of walking people through the process of getting ready to be business line of credit worthy. And what a lot of people don't understand is that's not a quick process. You know, that's not a quick process. That is generally a 8-month to a year process. You know,
right.
getting them, because there's a lot of things that they have to have in place, and a lot of stuff you kind of touched on. It's not something that's going to happen quickly. You touched on that Dun and Bradstreet, that payday score. You know, it takes time to get that up and in an area of where they need to be. But even with all of that, even the simplest things that people don't understand about applying for business lines of credit is when you go and sit down in front of any financial institution, they're asking you questions that may seem mundane, but there's a reason why they're asking those questions. They may ask you, okay, what's your business name? Okay, and they're typing. They're looking to see if you're on Google.
Right.
They're looking to see if somebody else knows you other than you and your mama. That's what they're looking for. They're if you have a presence. So when they go yes, and so when they go and they Google you, like you come in here and you would Google RBBS Transport. You would Google RBBS Transport, you know, LLC, and you want to be able to Google a company, and you want to be able to see, you know, just everything on there is RBBS Transport, RBBS Transport, RBBS Logistics, and you want to see it in several different venues. Not just Facebook, but you also want to see it on Sunbeam. You also want to see it on LinkedIn. You also want to see it in the yellow pages. You also want to see it in, you know, this, I don't even know what this is, but we're on there.
Right.
Indeed, in the reviews, and you look at the reviews, you know, for the, you know, 4.2 stars, you know, 5 reviews. You want to, this is where you want them to be at before they sit down in front of that financial institution manager, and before they apply for a business line of credit. So, and this takes work. This is something that can't happen overnight.
Right.
This part definitely cannot happen overnight. So they're looking for this type of stuff. You're also gonna ask you another very mundane question. What's your contact number? Do you have a business number? Now, if you give them a cell phone number, they're probably saying to themselves, there's no way I'm giving this person a $250,000 line of credit if all they got is a cell phone number.
Right.
So get yourself a toll-free number, an active working toll-free number. They're going to ask you for your email address. You give them a Hotmail or Widemail or Gmail. You know,
right.
You know, all those things are negative things that are gonna that they're checking off in their mind that's going against you. But if you give them an actual domain email address, you know, info@myeasylease.com, training RBBS LLC.org, you know, or Calvin.butler@makingwealthbuild.org, something like that. They want to see that you have an actual domain email address, have an actual toll-free listing, have an active listing on the yellow pages, you know, on business pages, on once you have reviews up on Indeed and Glassdoor and those type things. It takes time to work with you into that, and I see you understand that, because in working in the field that you were working in, you've got those skills, and this would allow you to flex those skills. But not only that, but it will allow you to work those skills. And when it comes to filtration, you're not getting paid just a little $500. You know, at the end of it. So you come to the filtration and you get someone ready to do that line of credit, and they go in there, apply for that line of credit, and then even if they don't get approved that first time, because they probably won't have that revenue, that those bank statements, you know, those last 3 months banks deposits and things like that. But since we're already in a 20% agreement with everyone that comes to our site, so that's the terms of service. You know, use our site, you agree, if you're listening to our site, you agree to our fee structure, which is 20%, just like Turo is, you know. Right. You know, so we're already in a 20% agreement, so that allows us to be able to co-sign for individuals who are trying to get approved for those line of credit, because the whole purpose of our business side of this is to get them ready for the line of credit, so we can go out and purchase trucks specifically with the purpose of listing them with Easy Lease. Okay. Now, we're not interested in working with people who want to get a line of credit and then take that and go do whatever they want to do with it.
Right.
You know, if they're going to work with us, they have to work within our structure for the purpose of getting those trucks, placing them with Easy Lease, and building their Easy Lease fleet.
Right.
Okay, that's the whole thing. So in that way, we are kind of like a perpetual self-generating revenue machine. You know, everything that we do kind of revolves right back around and keeps everything in-house. So, and you understand that, you have the skills to make that happen. You know, and I'm looking for people who have those type of contacts with in the industry. You understand the dynamics of and the importance of, you know, our program and our platform, how it fits right into the scheme of things, or the grand scheme of things. But you got all, you know, people out there who are applying for these truck loans, and 70% of them don't get approved. Right. That's a huge market. You got all these people who are trying to lease with these companies, and, you know, 50% of them don't get approved. They haven't had enough time on the, you know, behind the wheel, credit issues, or just whatever. You know, you got a whole bunch of people who are graduated from truck driving school who are literally forced to go work for, you know, I call it slave labor. You know, driving a truck as dangerous as it is for 28 cents a mile. That's, come on, that's really. I mean, it's dangerous work. Yeah. You know, you up there in Colorado, and you up there in them, you know, in Oregon, you up there in Colorado or Oregon, you know, up in the Ashley Mountains, you know, at night, and you're pulling 60,000 pounds and you're up and down mountains all night. That's dangerous work. Yeah. You know, and you got a lot of these very competent drivers who are just graduated, but they're being forced to work for these companies for pennies on the dollar. You know, and put their lives on the line. Now, with us coming in, like some of the other trucking companies coming in to talk to these soon-to-be graduates, we can offer them a chance to be owner operators right off the bat. Right. And not only that, I think you have a grasp for understanding how we are protecting our asset owners with all the things that we have in place, all the safeguards we have in place, with the warranty that comes with every truck. We have a partner with a warranty company that warranties trucks up to 20 years old. That's almost unheard of. Yeah. Okay? And to have a flex payment plan to where they don't have to pay for the warranty all at once, they can pay it over in 5 equal, you know, monthly payments. That's almost unheard of. And another thing that's almost unheard of with our warranty is it is 100% covers everything the day you get the warranty. There's no waiting period. Right. No 30. Right. Okay. Yeah. Some of these companies want to wait 30 days. You got to have what 2,500 miles in the truck before it will warranty. Oh, that's not the case here. You know, with the warranty coverage that we have, you can get your warranty in 20 minutes and you're covered. On that day. So if you go out and you got that warranty coverage and you go out and break something that next day, guess what? You're covered. Covered. Right. So, you know, these are some of the steps, you know, along with the tracking system and the ignition kill switch and those things, and having the recovery agents that we can go out and grab a truck and, you know, and bring it back in, and making sure that the Easy Lease payments are all on credit and debit card on auto pay. Right. These are some of the safeguards that we have looked into and wanted to make sure that we're able to cover our asset owners. And one of the biggest things I like is that the insurance is the responsibility of the person who's leasing the truck. So that relieves a huge financial responsibility off of fleets that have trucks that are just sitting on their back lot. Right. And with that in mind, let me show you what some of the tools that we'll be giving you all. Some of the same tools that we use with our dispatch training. We have access to what's called quick transport solutions. Now, this is a great resource for finding fleets. You can find, you know, if you're looking for finding fleets, you go here. You're gonna find search trucking companies. And I like to use this to find fleets, because let's say if you're looking in the state of Georgia or whatever, well, let's just say Alabama. And I'm worried about the company name or the city. Here's what I'm looking for right here. 100+ trucks.
Right.
You want to find these companies that have 100+ trucks, or 50 to 100 trucks, whatever the case may be, or anything that's more than 50 trucks, really. Because if you've got 100+ trucks or 50 to 100 trucks, it's almost assuring that 25% of your fleet is just sitting on the back lot not doing it.
Right.
Okay. So if you're looking at that right there, and then you're looking at the operations, we're going to say interstate, and then you search that, and you should have plenty of it's going to give you plenty of prospects.
And you have this built into your system already?
Yes. These are some of the tools that we use within our that are part of our back office site. That are part of our back office site that we use to when we are working for our dispatchers. These are some of the tools that our dispatchers get access to. Okay.
Okay.
So here are 60 results of fleets in Alabama that have more than 100 trucks.
Wow.
So it pulls them up. They can go in here and they can they click on these and tells you total trucks 215 trucks. Tractors on 226. Trailers on 600. So they've got a good deal of these trailers and trucks that are not being used.
Absolutely.
This is a huge prospect to target for the Easy Lease pitch. You go in and say, look, I understand that you all got some trucks, but just for question purposes, how many trucks do you have right now? Or what percentage of your fleet is not active right now?
Right.
And they may say, well, we got about 20%, of our fleet, whatever. But even with 226 trucks, if they only got 15% of their fleet that's not active, and they're sitting on 226 tractors on 226, and if they've got, let's say, 20% of their fleet, that's 45 trucks that are sitting on their back lot, not making any money. But that's also 45 trucks that's they got to pay insurance on. And as we've already discussed, insurance is about $12,000 a year for a semi truck. So that's $45,000 right there that they're paying every single month.
Right.
So right off the bat, you're able to show them, well, will that being the case, let me ask you, how much is your insurance? Those trucks are that are not active. They may have a great deal. I mean, they may be only paying $500 a month. But whatever it is, from just those two questions right there, you can already show them, a huge amount of money they can put it back into their pocket.
Right.
And like the old saying go, a penny saved is a penny made.
Yeah.
It's just like making that money. Because before they were paying it out, now by posting those trucks with Easy Lease and getting them leased out, that money is no longer going out, it's staying in their pocket. That's like money being made for them.
Right.
So
that's their bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, that's anywhere from $23,000 to $45,000 per month. That's staying within their system, and we guarantee them a minimum of $1,000 per week on their asset.
Right, on their asset. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're looking at that right there, $1,000 per week, on their asset, and they've got 45 trucks. That's $45,000 a week. Over the course of a year, 52 weeks in a year, that's $2.3 million. Not to mention the $45,000 a month that they save on insurance.
Yeah. I see it.
I mean, if that's not an easy, sale, I don't know what else is. I mean, there's a reason why we picked the name Easy Lease, because everything about this becomes easy once you understand the ramifications and the concept that we're bringing forward. I mean, everything becomes I'm easy about it. It's easy to show the asset, the fleet owners, these fleets, how they can quadruple, increase their revenue tenfold.
Right.
Okay, so with that, we should not have a problem with getting these trucks in and posting to the site. That is probably
How do you go about confiscating the truck? So let's say you're in Florida, right? Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. So let's say, I mean, Alabama's not far, but how would you go about
every truck has it's gonna have a tracker on it. Okay. Let me go here and pull up this. Right.
But I'm saying, are you, it's not a lot that these trucks are sitting on. So these are somebody, I'm in Alabama, you're in Tallahassee. I say, yeah, let's do it. I got 20 trucks. I got 40 sitting, but I want to try you out with 20 of them first.
Okay.
Now what? I mean, how you going to get my trucks?
We don't have to. Your trucks stay where they are.
Okay.
Your trucks stay where they are. You don't have to get them to bring them here or anything like that. No.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, how does Turo operate? You take your car and take it somewhere to a lot and just let it sit there while people come and look at it?
Yeah, you're right. Uh-huh.
No.
So I'm saying, Turo, but when they get the tracker, is it our company that's sending somebody out to install the trackers on the truck?
Well, we purchase the tracker once the truck gets leased. Okay, because that's part of the upfront money that the leasee is putting up to get into that lease. Okay, they've got their $3,000 plus the $299 that pays for the tracker. Now the tracker itself on the cost us, I think, is $119.
Right.
But we're charging $299.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we do, we have a reseller's agreement. Okay.
Right.
So we're pushing those trackers at $299. That's added to the upfront money for the Easy Lease. Okay. Mm-hmm. So they will pay $3,299 or $3,300. Okay. Mm-hmm. Start off there. 300 of that goes to, or 189 of that goes to buying that tracker.
Right.
Okay. Then once we get that tracker purchased and they sign a lease agreement, and because here's what happens. Someone comes to our site and they look at the trucks that's posted. And when we get the trucks posted, we basically send I'll show you what we send out. We send this out to prospective asset owners. This is what we send to the asset owners. We send them this right here. It's basically a basic email that says like this: Mr. Kevin Carter, you are receiving this email because you requested information about listing your commercial vehicles with Easy Lease on commercial truck sharing marketplace. Per my understanding, you would like an estimate of lease payment ranges for the following assets owned by you. And then if we have their assets, we'll go ahead and we will evaluate them and we will let them know what those lease were. Like in this case, he didn't really send us any assets. This is just like a cold call, almost like a cold email that was sent out. But we'll let him know that trucks and semi-trucks with no trailer, lease would range from $1,275 to $1,750 weekly, not including add-ons. Easy Lease service fee is 20%. Okay. Semi-trucks with trailer combinations, these would range from $1,875 to $2,700 weekly, not including add-ons. But actually, this does include the warranty.
Okay.
These prices do include warranties. Box trucks, leases would range from $750 to $1,150 weekly, not including add-ons. Easy Lease service fee is 20%. Now, if you take out that 20% on any of these up here, like this $1,275, that's going to leave them with about $1,050. So they guaranteed $1,000.
Right.
All leases are priced to guarantee the asset owner $1,000. Now, with that being said, here's what the asset owner has to supply us with. And we go out here, we tell them about the Easy Lease, the commercial truck sharing marketplace. List your truck with Easy Lease and earn thousands weekly. Optional add-on equipment and software, GPS tracker, and kill switch system on every truck. Now, once someone comes on and they go to our site and they're looking at that and they're looking at our inventory, okay? Because here's what happens. But just to give you an idea, real-time location and driver status, 60-second update, view maps and satellite on desktop or mobile, see trip history and every vehicle with our GPS tracker. The kill switch is used to remotely disable the ignition from any location via phone or computer. The hardwire tracker will provide up to 6 months report history of all events, including the miles per hour, ignition on and off, motion detected and stopped, as well as several other events. Note, additional weekly fees charged to the leasee for add-on equipment and or software. Okay. Now, it costs us, I think it's like $14 per month to have this thing tracked, to have these trucks tracked for the tracking system and the software, the app, and all that type of stuff. But we're charging $29.95 per week. Lease. Okay.
Right.
All applicants must be approved by you, the asset owner, before signing of the Easy Lease agreement. Attached, you'll find a copy of the customizable Easy Lease agreement for your review. If you would like to proceed, please forward the following video and photos of your commercial trucks and trailers, the year of each asset, the make and model of each asset, the mileage or odometer reading for each truck, a brief statement describing the condition of each asset. We will also need your full legal name, contact phone number, email address, city and state assets are located. We look forward to assisting you with your fleet leasing. Okay. So with that being said, and then they can go here to our website and you see how this plays out. So when we receive that, then we go on and we list them in our available assets page. They come out here and come out, and we list them in the available asset page, which is, we can go to on several places we can do that, but I'm gonna go to the full inventory to show you what we have on here so far. So when they provide us with that, then we just go ahead and we upload these. Okay, we upload these. We have here. Guys, take this picture in here, and people can click on it, and they go right there. 2013 Freightliner Cascadia. It tells them this 2013 Freightliner Cascadia with only 523,531 miles. This asset is in great condition and will serve you well as a real moneymaker if properly taken care of. The asset is based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So by having them to keep their asset where it is, they don't have to relinquish control of anything until they have a verified person who's ready to lease it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So there's no need for us to go and grab something from them until someone is ready to lease it. And by listing the city and state that the asset is in, people coming and looking at the assets, if someone is in and around the Atlanta, Georgia area, they say, oh, well, this is close to where I am.
Right.
So it makes it simple for us to get that leasee to the asset owner if they are in proximity. Or if someone wants to travel across the country, whatever the case may be, or they may not be able to travel, then what we do is we hire a recovery agent. Recovery agent, more than just recover vehicles that are out there. You can hire them to go pick up an asset and deliver it to the leasee. Okay?
Got it.
But before that leasee takes ownership of that vehicle, they've got to, we're going to schedule a Zoom like we have here now between the prospect, the leasing prospect, the asset owner, and myself. We're going to have a Zoom meeting. The asset owner is going to be able to interview the person who's leasing the truck, because ultimately it is their decision on who they lease to. We want them to feel comfortable with the person they're leasing to. And that's the difference between what we're doing and other ones out there that are similar to what we do. They don't have that personal touch side of it, where they get to actually meet and interview and all this personal touch stuff that reassures the asset owner that the vehicle is going to be safe, taken care of. We have, safeguards in place with the tracker, kill switch, insurance is paid by the leasee, full warranties, who else does that?
Yeah, nobody does that. What's the turnaround time that you see from the match being made? So let's say they have the, you got the asset holder, you got the leasing holder that says, okay, the asset holder says, I like what I see. I want to rent my truck to Tom. What's the turnaround time from them getting started after they pay, the 33?
That all depends on when the leasing wants to take delivery of the truck, because they come here and like here in our check availability, or in our let's go to our reserve. Let's go to one of our where it says reserve and Easy Lease big. Let's look at these tractors with trailers. Okay, and you can reserve. Now this is one of the things, like if they want to go ahead and get their vehicle, they can come down here and click this, and basically this is what the person fills out right here on the site. They can fill out desired pickup date. Okay, they put in what date they want to pick the vehicle up, the earliest pickup time, the latest pickup time, what type of equipment are they looking to get, tractor only, trailer, whatever the case may be. So then they put in the name, and then we contact them, or you all will contact them, because when they fill this out, all of the Easy Lease agents get this on their app. Because all of you, once you become an Easy Lease agent, you're going to have the Wix app and the Spaces app. The Spaces app is going to let you know everyone who comes to the site is going to give you the city and their address. And if they have their name in, it's going to tell you what their name is. You all then be able to engage them while they are on the site through this members chat from your phone.
Wow. Okay.
Now, from our back office site, I have stuff in here that is already, show you here. I have stuff in here that is already like some predetermined responses that I have in already. So if someone is on the site, all of you all see who come to the site, and any of you can respond to those people and greet them. It's kind of like a way to generate leads for you outside of your own leads. Okay, like here's 7 conversations that are on the site right now. Okay, let's look at this. We got 7 people who have engaged in conversations here. Whatever it's going to be. Here's a visitor, and someone's already responded to them. When that visitor came in and they've already responded, I can come in and view these responses. But all this happens live,
Right, that sounds like live.
Yeah, like someone, and this pops up on your phone. Like when this person came in, I think I responded to this person. I said, "Thank you," and this is one of our, planned responses. We have all these different responses down here that I have come up with. This one says, "Thank you for visiting Easy Lease. Please take a moment to visit our available assets page. Our inventory is growing daily, and our Easy Lease asset owners are eager to lease to you. If you would like to be placed on our reservation list, we will notify you when new assets become available. Those who have prepaid their Easy Lease deposit and Easy Lease acquisition fee will be notified first. Again, thank you for visiting Easy Lease." And there's a whole slew of different responses that we have. This one says, "You are receiving this message because you requested our information about listing your commercial vehicle." Someone comes on, they go to the listing page, you'll see that. So you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna send them this response. Okay. If they went to the listing page, you see, and it tells you what page that they're on your app.
Okay.
So it's a pretty good system. So we have all these things that you can quickly go in here and determine what's the appropriate response. And you can just click on it and send it right to them while they're on the site.
Live, right.
Live.
I love it. Love it.
Not only that, if they're on the site live and you're on your Spaces app on your phone, if they have put in their phone number, there's a button there for you to click to call them.
Okay.
We always ask
I see you on the site. I see you,
exactly.
right.
So we always ask you to send them something, say, would it be okay if I gave you a call?
Right.
And they say, sure. Go ahead and click that button, calls them right up.
Mm.
If they're on if they're on their phone, if they're on their mobile phone, looking at Easy Lease, it's gonna have a button down there that allows you to call it.
Right. And let you know they're on their mobile looking at our site. Right.
Exactly.
A lot of automation already put in. Okay.
So that's some of the things that we put in to kind of, help our agents to be more efficient, be more professional. Because one of the things I did, there's another company out there called something Co-op. This company called Co-op. But I was looking at their reviews, and they have about 80% of the people who come to their Facebook posts, they complain that they can't get a live person. They can't get someone to talk to. They can't get someone to answer their questions. They send them, no one's responding back. Right. That's what I didn't want. That's why I opened this up to everybody who's within our platform. Okay. Anybody who's within our platform automatically gets an opportunity to become an Easy Lease agent. Because I want every person that comes on here, I want someone to be responding back to them. Right. Immediately. And that's what's happening here. You see, all these thank you for visiting. One of our agents have responded back to all of these. Someone has responded back to these people each and every time.
How successful have your agents been with the Easy Lease program since you guys have started?
Well, like I said, we just launched. And here's the problem that I'm having. A lot of times when you get someone a free opportunity, they don't take it as well. They don't work it. They don't work it like they should. I mean, but that's always been the case. If you get someone a free opportunity, I don't care what the potential is, you're gonna have a good number of those people that are just not gonna work. Yeah. But I didn't want to, charge any of our platform members any extra money to be a part of it. And I didn't want to charge anybody to be an Easy Lease agent. That's why I'm looking for self-motivated people. That's why I have this interview session for people who are not part of our platform. The reason why I open up to our platform, because I just want to have enough people on the platform to at least be able to engage people when they come to our site. Right. So we won't have that negative, connotation of not being reachable. Right. Okay. Now, aside from that, I've got about 3 people who actively work. Darren Stevens will work it. The person that contacted you, that told you about, they work it, and a couple other people. I got one guy who is who's not even one of our agents. I just made him a side deal as a referral. Right? I pay him a flat fee for every asset owner. He refers. He has referred about, out of the 13 trusts that we have on our site, he referred about 11.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The other 2, I got. Right. Even with my business schedule. Right. But, so, that goes to show you, if you work this, I mean, you will make some serious money, but you just got to work. Right. And we've given you, and we're providing with a whole lot of tools and resources that should make it, easier to work. Right. Just having the access to these fleets, being able to pull up these fleets like this. Yeah. Because that's the hard. I mean, just kind of, shuffling through. Just having that. Whatever. Hold up. I lost my feed here. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see the thing on my screen. Really? Let me see what's going on. I can see you and the screen. I can see the Alabama Motor Express. Okay. Well, I'm having some issues where I can't see anything. I can hear. Right. Okay, there we go. It just popped back up. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that with Zoom. All right. But yeah, we've got all these tools and resources in here and things that to be able to aid our agents with them making money. Because look, the most important thing, I would say about 70% of our success is going to be attributed to getting the assets on the site. Okay.
Then getting right.
Because once we get the assets on the site, getting people interested in this type of platform to lease a truck, we make it so easy for them to lease a truck. We make it so affordable for them to lease a truck. Make it so easy for them to qualify to lease a truck. That's not going to be a problem. Okay. The biggest thing is we got to have a variety of a smorgasbord of choices.
Right. Step decks, goosenecks, 40-foot, you know.
Exactly. That's
reefers.
Exactly. Trailers, dry-van trailers, reefer trailers, you know, flatbed trailers, you know, all this other stuff, different size box trucks, you know, we need to get a variety. We need to get the fleets. We need to gain the confidence of the fleet owners and get those trucks posted on the site. They don't have to, and we make it easy because they don't have to transport anything. They don't have to get stuff ready for us to come pick up. They just send us pictures and videos.
Right.
And they leave their place, everything stays in place where it is. And then we make all the arrangements of matching someone with it. And then that person then and then we put them in contact with them. So when we get a prospect, we put them two together on a Zoom call, and they pretty much, you know, give their little, you know, quirks about, okay, here's what I don't want you to do in my truck. Here's what I do want you to do. This is that. Tell me how you do that. Those type of things.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's not,
the asset owner pretty much has full control of the process, even though they don't have full control of the process.
Right. But they're all hands in, and
exactly.
And that makes it easier for them because it's not like, you know, I'm blindly renting to someone. Exactly. I don't know who's behind, and you know, and people exactly. Have emotional ties to their assets. Yeah. You know, like, yeah, it's like renting my house. Like, I want you to rent it, but don't mess it up while I'm in there. Yeah.
And by having that tracker, that gives them a connection to their truck.
Right.
Where they can pop on any time and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Fully involved. Just give them that peace of mind. Mm-hmm. Oh, my truck is down my truck's in Colorado today. Yeah. Check to see how fast he's going.
Yeah.
Okay, he's only doing 65. Okay,
right.
I mean, you know, those type of things. These are the things. Oh, he's parked at a truck stop thing. You know, they can pull it up, and then they go to satellite, and if it's got a satellite, you know, Google satellite, they can zoom down and see that truck.
Right.
Right from the app.
Right from the app.
You know?
I love it.
And if for any reason we can't build their card like we were normally doing, let's say they may have canceled their card, or the card may become, you know, with no funds on it, what is that? And we call them, we can't get in touch with them, then we immediately call the asset owner and we advise them, we apprise them of what's going on, and ask them if you want us to go ahead and activate the kill switch and recovery of the vehicle.
Right. Yeah.
So
I love it.
So, I mean, I think it's a great program. I mean, I could be, you know, I'm biased because I created it, but, you know, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see anything else out there like it. Turo, which is in a whole different market.
You said other than where?
Turo, which is in a whole different market.
Yeah, and Turo still does not
have all the safeguards that this has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I used to have my Jag on with Turo.
Yeah.
You know, and someone comes and get it, and you know, you kind of just sitting around waiting until they bring it back.
Yeah. Like, where are you? Are you really driving my vehicle? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, who's driving my vehicle? Are you the one driving my vehicle or whatever? I mean, yeah. So, you know, I mean, and you know, I've been in trucking since 2014. I ran my own trucks. I bought trucks, so I understand both sides of it.
Right.
I went to a lease program when I, you know, right after I left what's called it, and then I saw that wasn't for me. So I immediately, I was in a Western Express lease program, lease owner operator for 1 month. And I immediately said, this is not for me. So that's when I came home and bought their truck.
Right.
And went back out as an owner operator. So I understand all of the complexities of leases, of traditional leasing, some of the pitfalls of it, some of the drawbacks of it. You know, and one of the biggest things is you don't get to keep all your money.
Right.
I mean, there's not a lease program out there other than us that is allowing them to keep 100% of the load fee after the lease payment.
Right. True.
And when they don't have to, pay their warranties separate.
Right. It's all in one big,
all in that lease quote.
Yeah.
And none of our lease quotes are going to be more than $2,500 per week. When you got these other leases that's in actuality with them giving up 27 to 35% of their load fees, they're getting us when they would afford $4,500 a week.
Yeah.
They may have their settlement statement that shows that they earned $12,000 that week, but their settlement check is like $7,000,
right,
or $6,200, or $3,000. I've seen some guys have settlement checks of $1,500. After they done ran and made $10,000, they got a settlement check of $1,500 because of all those fees that came out.
Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, and that's and coming from that side of it, I know that side because I've been in that situation. I've been in those situations. So when I created Easy Lease, I wanted to speak to both sides.
Right.
Both the asset owners. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We realize this is your truck. We realize you have an attachment to it. We realize you don't want to drive it just yet, but at the same time, it's just sitting back there not making any money. This is a way for you to make money with that idle vehicle, but still not lose complete contact with it. And it's
right.
And we give you as much of assurances as possible with all the safeguards that we have in place.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the other side of it, we want to give everybody an opportunity to make the most out of this industry by becoming an owner operator. Why should you have to wait after graduation and work with the company and only receive? I've seen the company paying 14 cents per mile.
When you break everything down, and for 2 years they doing this,
Yes. They're literally getting slave labor out of these truck drivers for up to 2 years.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have a program that offered an opportunity to be great in trucking to everyone.
Right.
And I think that's what we've done.
Yeah.
And I think once we get it out there and it catches on, I think it's gonna be phenomenal.
I believe so too. Because I'll go on social media, I'll pub, and I do like hey, meet me on a Zoom call. You want more information about this program? You know what I'm saying? You can always meet me on a Zoom call Friday or whatever. And whatever we put together, you know what I'm saying, as far as like some marketing is concerned, or what I think about, to kind of reach, kind of more than one person at a time, to kind of answer those questions that anybody might have just about the platform or the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we have our Easy Lease training every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And either this Tuesday or next Tuesday, we're gonna have the warranty company that we partner with. They're gonna have a rep come into our training and kind of give us the rundown on all the warranties. Okay. I've got them on here. What's my email? Show you what these warranties look like. And we've got a resellers agreement with these warranty companies.
Mm-hmm.
Them. This is the warranty company that we're using, which is True North. We actually have two warranty companies, but True North gives us the best coverage. So
okay.
So I'm going to bet that 90% of our lease is going to be covered by True North. So they will warranty vehicles up to 20 years. The other one will only go as far as 10 years.
Right.
And the other one don't have a real flex play. They have a financer, but they charge you interest. True North charges no interest on their flex play, which makes it great for us. And they have no credit checks.
Right.
And the warranties are active immediately. So
immediately.
So these are some of the warranty plans that we have here. These are our wholesale rate, because we get the wholesale rate because we get to resell these warranties. They have a high mileage kilometer warranties, but this one is for vehicles that's less than 10 years old. Must be 10 years from the current year or newer. Class 8, which is the big trucks, capped at 1.25 million miles, total miles, or 2 million miles in kilometers. This will trucks that are coming out of Canada right here.
Okay.
High mileage or kilometer surcharge. If the truck has 700,000 miles, you add $450 to this price. Okay. If the truck has 1 million miles on it, you add $650 to this price. Okay. And prices below include the following packages: engine, transmission, differential, turbo, and after treatment. Okay, that's pretty much all your major components.
Right.
All this stuff that's going to cost you money. Vehicle must have less than 1,150,000 miles or 1.8 million kilometers, or whatever the case may be. 12 months, 125,000 mile warranty. Our cost is just $3,300. Okay. So we mark that up to $5,300.
Right.
Is what we mark it up to, and then we do a flex pay for 20 weeks for $265 per week that's added to the lease. Okay. This is how we come up with some of these. Let me show you here. Look at the assets here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Which I'm gonna reverse this and bite this piece out and show you what we're looking at. Okay. Let me show you what we're looking at. Let's say let's look at this vehicle right here when it pulls up. Let's look at this one right here. It's 2013 Freightliner. Okay. Here's basically what we're looking at. Has 523,000 miles on it, so you don't need to add that much cost. So it's being leased for 17.75 weeks. Now, with aftermarket warranty included. So here is the breakdown. You got that 17.75. All right. Remember that warranty, 1 year, 125,000 miles. We're charging $5,300 for, right? So we're making $2,000 on the warranty. So that $5,300, you take that. If you divide that by 20 weeks, that's going to give us $265 per week. Now, here is how we come up with that. Because that $3,300 is really what we have to pay on. It's really what we're paying for, right? They allow us to not have to pay that all of it once. They allow us to pay that by the month, 5 equal months. You divide that by 5 equal months. We're only paying $660 per month.
Right.
To get that. That's our wholesale price. We don't have to buy it up front. We just pay 5 equal payments. Okay. The warranty is in place while we're paying those 5 equal payments. Now we are charging $265 per week. That's what we're charging. $265 per week. That if you take what was that, $660, right? Yeah. $660 a month. Let's do this. Let's say the $3,300 divided by hold on. Let's do this here. Divided, it's $265 a week. 265 times 4.33. So each month we're collecting that much money. Right. More than enough to pay for the what? That 600 and what? Yeah. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So each month we're collecting that much, but we're only paying what, $660? 487, yeah. So that leaves us $487 that we're making on the lease, on the warranty side. Right. Now, guess what? Easy Lease agents, yeah, y'all get 7.25%. 7.25% of everything that goes with that lease.
7.25%.
Yeah, that's across the board. You get 7.25% of the lease payment. You get 7.25% of the warranty profit. You get 7.25% of the line of credit. You get 7.25% of the down payments. You okay. See how that works? Yeah. You get 7.25% across the board. So when we back this out, here's how it looks. Okay. You got that 1775 on the lease payment. All right, minus that 265 per week on the warranty, right? That leaves 1510, right? Now, you're getting your 7.25% of the warranty profit each week that they pay it. Okay, so you get a little small residual check there for as long as they're paying it. Because now remember that they're not paying it out for the entire time. After the warranty's paid off, then the lease payment drops.
Right. After about 20 weeks.
Now, this 1510, you take that, then you back out the payment that we charge them for what? The monitoring on the tracking system. So that minus $29.95 a week. But we only paying $14.50 a week. I mean, $14.50 per month. So we're making a pretty good profit margin there too. So that leaves left in the lease $14.80. Now minus the company's 20%, which you all get 7.25% of that. So we take 12.5%, and you all get 7.25% of this fee right here. Okay. So we take out a total of 20% because that's what that's the terms of service. So that minus 20% is $296 a week, and then that leaves the asset owner above our guaranteed $1,000 per week.
Right.
That's how it all works out.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So in this, the asset owner would be getting a $1,184 per week. If that's on a 12-month lease, that's time 52 weeks. That's not bad money to make on the vehicle that's just sitting out there not doing anything.
Not bad at all.
Okay, now imagine if you took advantage of our business side of it. We showed you how to get those lines of credit, and you got a $250,000 line of credit. We get you approved for that if we co-sign for you, $250,000 line of credit. Out of that, 7.25% will go to the Easy Lease agent. If you're the one that walked them through the process to get them get approved and we co-sign for them, you're gonna get 7.25% for that. So you're gonna get 7.25%. So that means you're gonna have a line of credit of $18,125.
Right.
That's not a bad.
Not bad at all.
I mean, what could you do with a line of credit of $18,125? A lot.
Yeah.
Okay? Now imagine you have 3 clients that you do that, or 5 clients, or 10 clients that you do that. You see how that's going? Now, so that's going to be that. But altogether, that $250,000 on the line of credit, we're going to get about $30,000. You're going to get about $18,000. It's a total of $50,000 that comes out. So it leaves them with a $200,000 line of credit. So So let's say take the whole thing out minus 20%. So it's going to be $50,000. That's going to leave them $200,000 line of credit. Now that $200,000 line of credit, then we show them how to go out and purchase a couple of type of ways that they can purchase. We can have them go out and purchase, good used vehicle, $50,000, $60,000. Not none of this $25,000, $30,000. Because if you buy a semi truck for $25,000, you're getting crap.
Yeah, the price is crazy. Yeah,
you getting
or
crap.
maybe a trailer, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're buying a $30,000 semi truck, you're getting crap. If you're buying a $40,000 semi truck, you're getting crap. You're buying someone else's problem. If you're gonna look at a decent used truck, somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000. That's what a good used semi truck, what a quality semi truck is gonna cost you. So with that, you can probably get what? Divide that by, let's say, 55,000. So with that, you should be able to get 3, maybe 4 trucks, 4 assets with your line of credit. Or you can take that 200,000 and you can probably negotiate a good price especially if you're paying with a line of credit, just like paying cash.
Right.
You go to a dealership, pay cash for a new truck, you can probably get it for about $140,000. Okay, you probably get your Freightliner or a Volvo, $140,000, $150,000. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's say you get $140,000 new truck. Now you ain't got to worry about putting a warranty on it because it's got a warranty.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So now all the money you lease it for is coming back to you minus our 20%. There's no need for the warranty to be on, to get that warranty payment. See all that I'm talking about? So you got a new truck, and then you got what? You got a new truck at $140,000, but you got this on a line of credit, which if you're doing the interest only, the average interest only is now about 3.25%.
Mm-hmm.
On the interest only. So if you're looking at $140,000 you spent on that line of credit. Oh shoot, why am I missing my one here? There we go. Oh, too many. Okay, and if you're doing that over, let's say the longest term you can get is 30 years on a line of credit, on a business line of credit. You can stretch it out for 30 years. So $140,000 over 30 years at 3.25%. All right.
And then they're gonna at least bring, 61,000 minimum, 61,000 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, what you have with a line of credit, you better get a truck, it's paid for, you got the title to it, because the line of credit is not attached to the truck, it's attached to, the debt is not attached to the asset, the debt is attached to the line of credit. Yeah. The debt is attached to the line of credit. So therefore, your truck is paid for. You can't lose it. There's no way for you to lose it. Okay.
Right.
Because you got that line of credit and you're paying for it. And so you got the, so you're looking at about, after taxes, fees, and everything, you probably get about $460, $470 per month.
Yeah.
That you're paying on your line of credit.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Not
but
a lot of money. Let me say that. Not nothing, but yeah.
Yeah, but on this $140,000 brand new truck, you're probably bringing in about $1,250 to $1,500 a week.
A week.
You see what I'm saying? With Easy Lease.
Yeah.
So you're paying out. I mean that's a no-brainer. You're bringing in, on average, with a brand new truck, on average, we're gonna say $1,350. $1,350 a week. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That, let's say that times 52 weeks. That's $70,200. Okay?
Yeah.
Divide that by 12 equal months. That's $5,850 a month. But your line of credit, you're only paying $465 per month.
Mm-hmm.
That's leaving you with $5,385 a month profit.
Yeah.
Off of one asset.
One asset that you can pay off early too.
That you can pay off early, and now, and not only that, because now you have that one asset that's generating revenue like that, and you pay it off early. Guess what else? Here's what happens. Now you paid that line of credit back down, and you got a full line of credit, what, $200,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Right? To come back in, wash and repeat.
But not only that, but now you're starting to show that you have more revenue with your fleet you're building, which means you can probably qualify for what? An additional line of credit.
Right. Money game.
Exactly. And each time you do that, next time you go in, you're not gonna get just one truck. You're gonna get, because you got the money you made from that truck, right? Plus you got your line of credit back at full capacity, right? And then now, because you have more income, you can probably go out and qualify for an additional line of credit for even more money. So lines of credit going from the minimum of $250 up to about $2 million.
Right.
So now that you're showing that you got that revenue coming in, you can probably go up to about $350,000 on your next line of credit.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got $350,000 plus you got your full $200,000 back on your other line of credit now. So now you got at your disposal $550,000 line of credit.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Good
you
money.
can go out and buy a whole, pretty much a nice, a moderate fleet of used trucks. You take that, you divide that by, let's say, $60,000. Which gets you some pretty nice trucks.
Yeah.
You're looking at a fleet of 9 trucks. You've already determined that you can earn a minimum of $1,000 per week.
Right.
So you got 9 trucks times
To $9,000 a week. Did that, yeah. Times 4.
Times 52 weeks.
52 weeks. Yeah.
$468,000 a year. On top of the other truck you still got that you're earning what, 60,000 plus 68,000 on the first truck you still got. That gives you $500,000.
$500,000. I love it.
And then you can easily pay those down because you paid almost next to nothing to them on what you call it. So your profit margin is great. Then by the time you hit that 3rd year, you're in what we call the quiet millionaires club.
Mm-hmm. So
that's
the quiet millionaires.
That's why we call it. That's why we call it the Quiet Millionaires Network. If you go to we have a club for our, if you look at our groups that we have on here, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Easy Lease.
Let me get my charge. This phone. Let me get my charger real fast. Give me 1 second.
And see, these are the 2 groups that we have. We have the asset owner groups, and then we have the Easy Lease Quiet Millionaires Network.
Mm.
This is for those people who want to learn how to build a fleet. What we're talking about now.
Right.
What you all are going to be taking these people, and you're going to be walking through the process of getting themselves ready for that, those line of credit, getting line of credit worthy. And then you all are going to be showing them. We're going to be showing them, because you don't want to just get these people and do this one time for them. No, you want to cultivate them.
Right.
You want to get them and cultivate them and take them within 3 years. You want to take them to that quiet millionaire status.
Mm-hmm.
By showing them how to get their lines of credit, how to buy their assets, double up on their lines of credit. Next time you double and triple up on your assets, by the time you hit that 3rd year, you're hitting close to about $1.8, $1.9 million in revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Quietly, behind the scenes.
Right. I love it.
Okay, so that's our platform. That's Easy Lease. That's Easy Lease. So with that being said, I kind of understand that you probably definitely want to be a part of this. I never tell someone on the same day that I interview them that I'm bringing them in. So
okay.
So give me until Monday, because I'm gonna go back and review this. I'm gonna play it for some of my. I don't have any active partners, but I do like to get people's insight.
Feedback. Yeah, absolutely.
Get their feedback, get people's insight and feedback. I'll probably share this video with a couple of people, just get some insight, and then one day later on, when we have accomplished everything that we set out to accomplish, we'll have all these series of videos that we'll probably put out there on YouTube or something to show people how we accomplished what we accomplished.
Yeah, testimonials, right?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay, absolutely.
There you have it. So what do you think about our platform? What do you think the viability of it is?
I understand the platform. I think it's pretty comprehensive. You have a lot of tools that are built in, so you take away a lot of leg work. Well, some leg work, you still got to do some leg work on your own. It is sales. You got to build your own pipelines, but you took a lot of the guesswork out of it, right? Yeah. And you get a lot of people the tools that they need if for some reason they did not know where to start, or they didn't have, or they were not highly motivated and they needed, like that push or somewhere to start. And so you have those leads that are built in that you can kind of just go through and work, you know what I'm saying? Until somebody that might be in the infancy stages of entrepreneurship or sales can work from the comfort of their home and even mobile. That's a big thing. So, everybody's not attached to a tablet or a phone. So, understand, we're in a go time, and that, the mobile aspect was really awesome. So I think it has a lot of great potential. I think it's there. I think it's just about spreading the word. Getting the right agents behind it. Everything's not going to be perfect. You can always fine tune as different things arise, but you definitely have solved the problem.
Oh, look, I know about fine tuning. I rebuilt the website 6 times.
Right.
I mean, I literally built 5 other editions and started from fresh each time, just trying to get the right feel, the right look of the website. Because every website has its own unique identity, and for the type of industry that we're looking at, I wanted this to have a really, really nice feel to it. Even from looking at the homepage and some of the stuff that we have on it, how it flows, 3 easy steps: check availability, reserve your truck, schedule your pickup, that type of stuff. Even over here to where we're talking about, easy lease list your truck, where we, people who want to list their truck, we want to get the right imagery, just we want to have the right feel for it, the right flow. List your truck with Easy Lease and earn thousands weekly. Start earning as much as $21.60 weekly. That's more than $9,300 monthly per truck. Sign up, list your truck, and start earning. Submit this, and on just about every page, there's a way for people to contact us or send us something, letting us know what they are looking for. So that's great for you all as agents, to have that constant flow of people who come to the site and filling out forms, and those are great little ways for you all to contact them and know what's going on, and and lead into
gathering that information.
Because here's what I want people to do. I don't want people just to contact them. I'm looking for agents who are gonna prompt these people to have a call to action.
Right.
Don't just greet them because they're on the site. Get them to actually list their truck. Get them to actually send you their pictures and photos to get the truck listed. Get these people who are interested in leasing a truck, get them to go ahead and start and pay their upfront fees. Go get them to do that type of stuff. Because when you do that, that's what's securing that person as your client. Until you get them to do something, they're not your client.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not. I mean, they're anybody's client, because everybody gets to see the people that come on and gets to engage them. And I tell them, just because you engage them, that doesn't mean that they're your client. The one that gets them to actually do something, pay that $3,000 for those upfront fees. Go ahead and list their truck. Whatever the case may be, this is that. That's now your client.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your client. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. Some of the others, just some of the imagery and stuff that we're looking at. I just wanted to make sure that everything was right as far as the imagery. People going to look at the type of equipment that we have, that we're leasing out and stuff like that. Look at our frequently asked questions. Just the imagery that we have here for the site.
Right. Professional.
I wanted it to have that.
That feel, that official feel. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're looking for. We want that, that easy feel that make people feel like, okay, like, wow, I really want to be a part of this.
Right. I'm about to walk and talk with you just because I'm running out to it. Oh. I got an appointment.
Now we're wrapping up. Just kind of going over some stuff, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share this with a couple of people and get their feedback on it. And then I will let you know. I'll probably be contacting you this weekend, if no later than Monday. I'll let you know. And what you'll probably receive, because I've got your email address, you'll probably receive.
That sounds like a plan. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You're probably going to receive a collaboration invite to collaborate on the site. That's the Easy Lease agent invite that I'm probably going to send you. And you click on that to accept the invite, and then you'll be able to download the Wix app and our Spaces app
Okay.
So you'll be able to monitor all the site traffic, all that type of stuff. I give y'all a lot of access to the back office. Okay? You'll have a lot of access to the back office, and in training, we go over that on what all that access is on Tuesday nights during training. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time. And I mean, you've got some good skills. You've got your background. You bring a lot to the table. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to have a positive, collaboration, and we should be able to bring you on. I just don't want to say for sure right now.
No, absolutely.
No later than Monday. All right.
Okay, absolutely. I look forward to it. Thank you so much for your time. And see what decision you make. And I believe that it would be a great fit too. And I thank you for presenting me the opportunity to talk with you about it today.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
All right. Enjoy your weekend. I don't know how to end it. Let me see.
I got it.